What's up YouTube? It is your boy Lowpes and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for clicking the video. Today we got a nice little video that we're gonna do. We're gonna install the Hasport 62A motor mount on my 10th gen Civic Si. I know a lot of you are probably asking why I didn't go with the 27.1. The Hasport was readily available to me when I wanted it, and I've rocked Hasport in my past cars and I've never had any issue. When I went with the 62A because I didn't want anything too abrasive. It's still kind of a daily, you know, I still kind of got to keep it on that fine line of a daily. This should be a very easy mod to install. We're gonna go step by step through it. Very easy. I'm excited to do it. I'm really a big fan of motor mounts, especially once you start adding power to the car. It's highly recommended if you do headers or downpipes or anything like that, just because you start getting flex within the motor and the downpipe, and that's how you crack them. So very simple enough. Let me show you the product. Very fancy. Ooh la la. Nothing too crazy, but a nice little mod to install that'll make a really good difference. So let's get into it. Before I forget, happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian followers, and wherever you're celebrating Thanksgiving, have a safe Thanksgiving. I love you guys, and let's get into it. Great success. So this install should be pretty easy. It's 2 bolts. The only thing that may take a bit of time is removing all the plastic that's underneath the car. Luckily, I've ripped most of it out. I know it's technically not the best thing to do, but it's making this job quite easy. I'm going to show you what you probably should have taken out, or if you have the plastic you have to take it out, and I'll show you the tools we have to use. So it's going to be as easy as a 19 mil and a 17 mil, and you may need a pry bar depending if you have a front pipe, because a front pipe might get in the way. And I'm going to show you underneath what I'm talking about. So right there is the mount that we'll be replacing, and usually all of this is covered by plastic guards and whatnot. I know there'll be a metal heat shield here that you'll have to take out, and so you got to remove that. And then where the front of the mount sits, you'll have a plastic guard there, so remove the clips around the guard as well, so you can pull down and you're able to get the bolt there. So I'm gonna go tackle this right now. Ideally, you should probably spray some PB Blaster or WD-40. Alright, so this is the area we're tackling right here. I'm just in an awkward angle because I'm working on the garage floor, as you guys can see. And we'll start with, see, this is what I think the issue is gonna be. It's gonna be real close to the front pipe, down pipe here. But I know we'll be able to get to this one quite easily. And what we're gonna have to do after is pry this a little bit and see if we get a wrench or something here to loosen it. I love working on new cars. Alright, so we've loosened that one. Don't completely take it out yet, because then you might put too much pressure on this bolt here. Let's see if I can. This is not going to work very well, huh? So this may be quite difficult with a ratchet wrench like this, but we're going to give it a shot. And it was not as bad as I thought. Huh. Why don't you look at that? Thank God I bought these ratchet wrenches. Closer to the motor near the tranny will be a 19, and the one further back towards the exhaust will be a 17. So quite easy. Like I said, luckily I don't have all the plastic underneath here. It's not because I didn't want to, just I scraped it up pretty bad and my heat shield bent, and just ended up taking it out instead of buying a new one. I know it's probably better for keeping everything safe, especially through winter, so I may take a look into that after. Come on, there you go. So once you take the 2 bolts out, you're gonna grab it and push it down towards you. Just be careful, and there you go, that easy. So now we have the new Hasport motor mount here. It's going to sit the exact same way that how you had it before. So I'm assuming it's going to sit like this because the name is facing upwards, and it's just going to be in right here. And then you'll know what bolts to put in. And just double check they fit. Make sure you have the right motor mount, because these do get mixed up and sometimes they do not fit. Alright, so what I did is I put a bit of PB Blaster around the rubber, and I'm gonna hope this lubricant helps me slide it in easier, because I'm having a bit of a tough time getting it in there. There you go. With a bit of love and persuasion and just using the end of this wrench, that definitely did help with the PB blaster. So just so you guys know, and oh, we are aligned. Let's go, baby. Woo! Let's see if we can pry this enough so that we can get Alright, so after messing around quite a bit, I've got the one bolt in, the rear one, and now I'm trying to get the front one closer to the motor, but I'm having a lot of issues with my front pipe because I have the PRL front pipe and it's 3-inch and it's a lot bigger. So what I'm gonna have to do is loosen the 3-inch. I did a bit of research. Some people are able to manage to do it, but I think they're on a hoist and they have a lot more room to work with. I've tried, you know, using a pry bar, bending it. I couldn't do anything without really damaging it, and I didn't want to do that. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take off the front pipe and loosen it and see if I have a little more play so I can get that bolt in. I'm not gonna show you guys how to take off the front pipe. It's just very simple. It's a couple bolts. If you installed yours, you know how to do it regardless. But something that once again would take a few minutes, took a lot longer. I ripped through the beginning of it, got everything out, got the other bolt in, and now it's just this one bolt that's holding us back. Just remember, once you've put all the bolts in, torque it to spec to 69 foot-pounds of torque, and that is something you really want to do, and make sure you do it correctly. And I'm gonna do this, get the bolt in, and then we'll get into the car and I'll show you guys how it feels.
2 hours later.
That definitely took a lot more time than anticipated. I had to remove my front pipe. It's from PRL to 3-inch, so anyone who has a PRL or a 3-inch front pipe, I'm sure you're gonna have the same issues I have. I'm not sure if you're on a hoist, you can have more leverage, but I tried everything I could by myself and I couldn't get it. So I had to remove the front pipe bolts and just basically I completely took it off, but I left it hanging where it's placed, and I basically loosened it all. Then once the front pipe kind of came loose, I was able to put that side bolt in, the one that I was showing you guys I was having issues with, and once that bolt was in, I tightened everything from the mount, and then I basically reinstalled the front pipe, and I put some Honda Bond on the gasket sealer just in case, and I don't want any leaks. It's done. I'm excited. I'm gonna basically, the car's still on its jacks and whatnot. I'm gonna bring the jacks down, and then we're gonna roll the car out. The CSX has been dead, so we just jumped the CSX2, so hopefully, or for some of you guys it's the 8th gen Civic SI, depending on where you're from. So we jumped that as well, so there she is. She's looking pretty, she's getting some sun. I might drive her. I'm going to my parents for Thanksgiving, so we're gonna finish. I'm gonna do some first impressions on how I like it, and maybe we'll do a recap a few weeks later if you guys want. Let me know down below, because these do break in and the vibration does get a lot less. Once again, I went the 62A. I don't mind vibration, so I'm totally cool with it. I actually really like it. So I'll see you guys soon. We are going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, in a sense. I have to go to my parents for dinner for Thanksgiving very shortly. So Alexandra is going to record while I give my first thoughts. And on startup, the first thing I can say is you do feel it very lightly, nothing too crazy within the pedal. I feel just a little bit more vibration through the wheel, nothing extreme. You feel it a lot more when you rev the car, that's definitely for sure. And we're gonna go for a little drive as I just describe how I feel about the product and how it is, just so you guys know a little bit of the insight. And if you hear my dog making noises, it's just, he gets a little bit of anxiety when the windows are all up. He likes them all down, but it's cold. Yeah, I definitely do feel it a little more in the pedal, even in the shifter, and the cutie shifter I have here. First gear to second. One thing I was noticing within the cutie shifter, but it's not technically the shifter, sometimes when I would accelerate and let off gas, I would feel a bit of a shift within the whole shifter itself. Would just move just a little bit like that, and I'm assuming that's because of the stock rear motor mount, because right now just there I would have felt it and I didn't feel it. So definitely it's stiffening up everything quite a bit, but just at idle it's beautiful. It's not louder than it should be. Everything's nice. So after driving just a little bit there, I can definitely feel the difference, especially in downshifting and even shifting through the gears. It's a little smoother. I don't feel as much engine knock, or I don't feel as much engine rock, which is really nice, and I'm happy with so far. I think the biggest difference in vibration you're gonna feel is just taking off from first gear. If you're not a fan of vibration, motor mounts aren't for you, but sometimes you do need them if you start upgrading your downpipe, front pipes, exhaust, because you do get a lot of flex within those areas, especially when you're at watt speeds and whatnot. Sorry about the noise. It's probably a little hard to hear me too, but the car feels great. It feels planted. I haven't really ripped it yet. This is just more of a daily driving, and so far so good. We'll get a bit of a pull on the highway here, and then I'll really know if I can feel a difference within shifts. But definitely downshifting, I feel a big difference. You guys probably see when you downshift and rev match, you feel the car kind of jerk just a little bit. You feel that motor just jerk, and right now, even like slowing down from fourth to third and rev matching, it was really smooth throughout it. Yeah, even letting go of third gear, like you're in third gear and you let go, and sometimes I'd feel a little bit of rocking. I'm not feeling that, which is really nice. We're gonna go to second. It's so much easier to shift into second, like downshifting and whatnot. Feels really good, super smooth, very smooth. That is something I definitely feel right away, is the smoothness through gears. The car feels a little more planted. It's not going to be the craziest night and day difference. I've never really launched my car much anyway, so I can't tell you how much better it would be, but definitely they say it does help with wheel hop also. One of the main reasons I did get it is I did not want my PRL flex pipe or front pipe, the flex pipe there breaking or cracking, because I've had past issues with that with my 8 Gen over there. So, but so far so good. I'm a fan of the downshifts and how like the car doesn't shift as much anymore. It just feels really good, really good. Even shifting throughout all my gears, I've had no issues. This is a product that I would recommend. Hasport 27.1, those are 2 great products. I went with Hasport, like I said previously. It was accessible to me, and I've used Hasport in previous cars and had only good things to say about them. So let's finish it off maybe with one more pull, and then we will. Oh,
what are the odds?
What are the odds? Fantastic, very like good mod, very good mod. It helps you where you need to be helped, and my biggest recommendation is if you're going with a 3-inch front pipe or down pipe, please do the rear mount at the same time, unless you want to remove your front pipe when doing it. I'm sure if you have a 2.5-inch front pipe down pipe, it won't be as big of an issue as a 3-inch. It may give you that 1/2 inch that you really need to install that bolt, but then again, it's up to you. I would do it if I knew what I knew now. I would do everything at once, and it would make my life a lot easier, so I wouldn't have to remove the front pipe like I just had to. So this is just a little review on it. It's going to break in definitely. The vibrations throughout the weeks will become more minimal, but like I said, if you guys want me to give you a small quick review on how it feels maybe 3 weeks or a month in, comment down below and let me know. If not, we're gonna end the video here. I want to say peace out, happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian followers and anyone else who's celebrating Thanksgiving this weekend. Peace out, do it once, do it right. I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and later.